Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
Right. Hey, hello and welcome to another VDH episode from the Homebrew Magic podcast crew. My name is Nelson. I won the roll-off. I'm going first tonight. And I brought back Saheeli the Gifted. So I decided that earlier when I played with my friend Tej, if he can play Big Dumb Battlecruiser Magic for weird shit, I can do it too. That's not true. I just brought this along with me before I knew what he was even bringing to the table tonight. So, yeah, Saheeli. Basically cast a bunch of artifacts so that all my shit can get discounted. Really like this card and what this deck has done so far. So that being said, I will draw for first turn. I will play a mountain, and I will pass the Schnell.
Hello. I brought, because as Tej pointed out, I've got my squirrel and my werewolf mat, and I have werewolf tribal, and I have two different squirrel tribals. So, of course, this deck is Sphinx tribal. I have not run Sharuum the Hegemon, or Hegemon, or Sharuum.
Any moves.
Well, Sharuum or Sharuum depends on if you go with the old school Latin pronunciation, and then the Hegemon or Hegemon is American or European. So there's four different pronunciation options.
I prefer Latin and not American because Americans are stupid and we talk like idiots.
Sharuum. The Hegemon. Anyway, did I draw yet? Nope, 7 cards. This is Sphinx Tribal. It does Sphinx things. Untap, upkeep, draw. Land for the turn will be an island into a Sensei's Divining Top, and are we gonna do anything else? We'd like to play this one, so we will pass to Tej.
What up, Hot Mind? It's your boy Tej. Woo! And I'm coming back one more time with Hidetsugu and Kairi, which ended the game completely out of nowhere last time.
You had 6 turns in a row. That's not out of nowhere.
I had an extra turn after the turn I was already on, so I had one turn in a row.
And you had taken 1 extra turn in the game prior.
Fair.
So,
so this deck was it's a brand new deck, and it's in these pretty cool girl with the pearl necklace sleeves, which I chose specifically. Pearl necklace.
That's porn, and
because this deck is going to explode all over your faces, necks, and chests. The way I figure it is after last game, my friends here know what this deck can do, so they can be more proactive in prohibiting me from doing it.
Fucking right, doggy.
So with that, I will start my turn, and I'm going to start with a Glasspool Shore, which enters tapped. Go, Chris.
All right. In honor of Mother's Day, I took my Nils deck and reskinned it. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines.
Aww. Mommy.
hot.
And then I switched out 2 cards for the other 2 Elesh Norn
What
cards.
are you doing, Step Machine?
That's it.
It's called a ladder.
So this is just my Nils deck.
Ladder.
Nils went into the 99, switched out 2 cards for the other 2 versions of Elesh Norn. And we'll draw for the turn. Drop the planes and pass. That comes in untapped.
Yeah,
I was wondering what you were... All right,
I want to
untap,
be like
upkeep, draw
Tej.
for turn.
Apparently the shit he does works.
Yeah.
That's true. I want to be more like Tej. Island, go.
Okay, that was quick and easy. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Just like my slutty machine mom.
Yes. Swamp will be my land for the turn, and then we are going to Demonic Tutor. Search my library for a card, put that card into my hand.
Is that a box topper? Ultimate Masters box topper too?
Yeah, foil, extended,
Nice.
expensive. This is my most expensive deck. It is garbage that's been foiled, and then like eight great cards. We are going to grab that as a card for the turn. I don't know why it's a card for the turn. It's tutor target. Because it's a card, I ain't got to show you shit.
It's true.
Cut me.
Shink.
Do I want to do anything else? Nope. Unfortunately, that's all I got for tricks. Go ahead, Tej.
I will untap. I will draw. If I didn't say this earlier, I started with only 6 cards. I mulliganed a few times. I will play Evolving Wilds as my land for the For the game.
You heard it here first, folks.
Brainstone. It's an artifact. I can pay 2 and tap it and sacrifice it to draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from my hand on top of my library.
I think you have brainstones.
Maybe. I will pass to Chris and crack this Evolving Wilds.
Land for the brainstone.
I heard it. Okay, I heard it.
Plains and pass.
Uneventful.
I see what you're doing, and I might raise you this turn. Draw for turn.
You can't even play planes in that deck.
It's true.
Can't play Plains in
Mountain
any
and
deck.
pass.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Jump
untap,
never gets
upkeep,
old.
draw. Cavern of Souls, also extended foily, because again,
Nice.
most expensive deck. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That doesn't produce mana. So we will
This deck is what rules text tribal.
Mana Crypt, yeah, and Chrome Mox, and we're gonna
Jesus Christ.
exile Magister Sphinx. So this produces any color I need it to, and then so 2 blue and 3. 1 from the Cavern of Souls means you can't counter my Prognostic Sphinx. 3/5 flyer. I can discard a card. It gains hexproof, and I tap it. And whenever it attacks, I scry 3.
I have 2 lands.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Teach.
Untap. Draw. I will play an island for turn. Those 2 islands will give me a Mind Stone. And the Mind Stone in Glasspool Shore will give me an Arcane Signet. Pass turn.
Some rampant idiots. Card for the turn. Field of Ruin.
Ooh.
That's a good field.
Hidden Commander Nils.
Shit.
Oh!
I will go to my end step. For each player, put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature that player. See, you played against this guy. I will put a counter on Nils.
We're good.
Each creature with 1 or more counters on it can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless its controller pays X, where X is the number of counters on that creature. Pass to Nelson.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Island for turn.
That's a sour ale.
I'm going to pay 4.
Is it
And
a
I'm
good
going to
sour
cast
I like it. Yeah.
Joyra, Weatherlight Captain. Whenever I cast a historic spell, draw a card. I draw a card. Go ahead, Schnell.
That's before the end of your turn. I'm going to activate. Look at the top 3 cards here of my library. Put them back in any order. Can I? Can't afford that one yet, so we'll go with that one. Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Upkeep. Flip a coin. Will I take 3 damage? No. I love my yes/no coin.
It's a good one.
It decides all my important things. So, blue-white.
What color should I paint my house?
No.
Yes.
Then Medomai, the Ageless. 4/4 flyer. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, take an extra turn after this one. Medomai can't attack during extra turns. Any extra turns.
Extra turns.
Yes.
What a monster.
My land for the turn will be a Vivid Creek, which enters tapped with 2 charge counters on it. We will go to combat. And Tej, you're immediately to my left. I will swing at you for 4 in the air. When it attacks, I scry 3. Scrying Scrode.
4, you say?
4 damage.
36.
Pass to you.
Untap. Draw. Do I land? I do land. Alright. Soul Ring.
Sensei's top is great until you can just scry 3 each turn.
2,
Yep.
3, 4.
It's redundancy.
Yes.
For Thran Dynamo.
It's a backup in case the first one breaks down.
Yep.
Land for turn is a Mystic Sanctuary, which will enter tapped because I do not control enough islands.
Teach can produce
Stupid
more
idiot.
mana than I
And
can
will
right now.
Pass turn.
It's a whole ass load of men over there.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
4.
Four now.
I kept a 4-lander with high CMC cards because I'm like, cool, that means I'll draw something at least. Nope.
I kept an opening hand worth $300.
I am going to go to my end step. How big is Metamai?
4/4.
We'll also put a 1/1 counter on Joira, Metamai, and
I got nothing.
Pester.
Alright, untap. Upkeep and draw for turn. Island for turn. Oh, I guess we gotta do this. Yeah, we'll do it this way first. I'm gonna pay 5. I'm gonna cast Mirror Works. Whenever another non-token artifact enters the battlefield under my control, I may pay 2. If I do, create a token that's a copy of that artifact. That will trigger Joira, so I will draw a card. Then I will pass the turn to Chanel.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Will I take 3 damage? Yes. Draw.
Rigged.
50% of the time it works. Every time. Do I have... Yes. So, we will go to hell. Go to combat. Tej, 4 at you. Nelson, 5 in the air at you. I don't want to pay to attack Chris.
35.
2, 3, 4, 32.
Okay, second main. Oh, trigger. Don't like any of those, so we'll put that there. Second main, we will.
If you don't like them, you could have put them on the bottom, correct?
Oh yeah, I can with scrying. I was thinking Sensei's top. Okay. Asperia, Supreme Judge. Whenever a creature attacks me or a planeswalker I control, I may draw a card. That will be it for my turn. I will go to my turn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fuck.
Before the end of my turn, I will Sensei's top. Look at the top 3. That helps, Chris.
In Chris's defense, Chris needs it.
Well, then... Yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. You want to do that? Yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. Okay, untap. Upkeep. Will I take 3? No. I don't want it landing on my expensive cards because it's a big metal coin, so I'm going to catch it in my hand. Draw. Hey, it's
Can't do that.
I have my cards are in my other hand. Yes. White, blue, black for Rafine, Scheming Seer. Whenever I attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So, to connive X, you draw X and discard X, and it's +1/+1 counters for non-creatures, or non-lands discarded, right?
Non-lands, I think.
Damn it.
I think it's non-lands.
I'll check it.
Fairly certain it's not lands you discard.
Fancy versions don't have reminder text, and I'm not fancy enough to remember texts. Rafine. Apologize for this delay due to stupid. Draw X cards, discard X. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each non-land card discarded this way. Okay, then. This just came into play, so I can't, but I will go to combat. Tej,
Yep.
6 in the air. Actually, sorry, Chris, 6 in the air. Tej, 4 in the air.
Alright.
What is coming at me?
Asperia, Supreme Judge. 6/4 flying, and it's I've got triggers here. So Target attacking creature. We will give Prognostic Sphinx. It will connive 2. So I draw 2.
Oh, so I might be taking more.
You might be taking more.
Okay.
You will be taking more. Discarding those 2 non-land cards. So
2 more?
yes, and then the second attack
26.
trigger. Gorgeous, all of you. One of you get tucked. Okay, so yes, it was 6 at Teach, 6 at Chris.
No response.
Nope.
Okay. I'll pay 2.
All my attack triggers done.
I'll cast Valor's Stance.
False.
Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, targeting whichever bitch is coming at me.
Vesperia, Supreme Judge. That will be it for my second turn. Go ahead, Teach.
I want that. Is that what I did to you guys last game? That was awful.
No. This only took 8 minutes.
Got him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Man, that would be
6,
awesome.
7, and then I will exile Evolving Wilds to dig through time. I'm going to look at the top 7 cards in my library, put 2 in my hand, and the rest on the bottom in any order. 1.
At this point, my reaction to that is just like, I take 7.
He's been conditioned.
Yep.
2 go in my hand. Let's grab...
Yeah, Rafine just makes it more
You?
expensive for me to attack Chris, but it's such a good Sphinx.
It is a good Sphinx.
Really good one. Doesn't it grant everything Ward 1?
It has Ward 1.
It has Ward 1. Okay,
Yeah,
I wanted
it
to make
is-
sure I paid enough mana.
Yeah, no, it is a 1/4 flyer, Ward 1 for 3. Costs an Esper.
Let's grab you and you. And these go on the bottom. I will play a land for turn. It will be a swamp. And I will... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough for a commander. Hidetsugu and Kairi. When it's the battlefield, I brainstorm.
What does that do?
I look at the top 3 cards in the library. I will put...
Brainstorm is any cards from your hand back on top, right? Not
Yes.
just from the ones you drew.
Correct.
It's not like Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
You and...
How many times do you get to draw?
You. Just 3. Faster.
It's the end of your turn. Trying to flash in Cathar Commando. Ooh,
What's that guy do?
Good one.
it's a 3/1 with flash that I can pay a colorless and sack it to disenchant.
Oh.
Karn's Bastion will be my land for the turn.
Werewolves are out.
Dumb bitch cat.
I will cast Commander. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines. 4/7 Vigilance. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger.
Oof.
Yeah,
That hurts my commander.
that's anti-everybody's deck here.
I will go to my end step, and I'm not going to waste a counter on her because she is not long for this world.
I was gonna cast my commander and then sneak back out my lightning greaves.
That's nothing.
Alright.
Oh, and a 1/1 counter on her, and 1/1 counter on Metamine,
Untap.
and 1/1 counter on Hidetsugu.
Upkeep. Draw for turn. I am going to play a Buried Ruin as my land for the turn. So basically, Joyra is dead. She's a 5/5, but ain't gonna do much.
Like, why is she dead? What's happening?
1, 2, 5, 6. 6 mana available.
1, 2, 5, 6 is
1,
great
2,
math.
5, 6.
Wonderful counting.
So if I want to attack Chris with Joyra, I have to pay 2, correct? That's how this game works. Okay. What's Nils right now? He's a 5/5.
5/5.
And Elishnor's a 4/7. Yeah,
It's very Elesh Norn of her.
it is. Such a
Pretty
news.
card.
She's doing the gotta potty dance in my
Okay.
my mind. I can't not see that.
Do this. I'll pay 4. I'll cast Saheeli. Joyride does
Your mind
not
is a
trigger,
lot
thanks,
cleaner
Elesh
than
Norn.
mine.
Yeah.
I will +1 Saheeli to create a servo. And then I will.
Chanel's 800 silver was like right there.
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'll pass my turn to you, Chanel.
Okay. Before the end of your turn, I will Sensei's Divining Top to look at the top 3. Just to remember what I have there.
That is one of 2 Funko Pops I own.
Is the other Crow T robot?
It is.
Hell
Crow,
yeah.
Crow and Tom Servo.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep those there. Untap. During my upkeep, am I taking 3? Yes.
My plan is working.
I mean, all you have to do is wait, and I will kill myself. Draw for the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Will cast Wind Reader Sphinx. 3/7 flying. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, I may draw a card.
Gross.
I will go to combat. I will send Rafine at Chris. I will send Prognostic Sphinx at Saheeli and Metamai. Any flyers?
Yep.
How big?
6'5".
Fine. Prognostic Sphinx at Tej and Metamai at Nelson.
You gonna attack
Does
me?
Metamai's ability trigger if he attacks a planeswalker?
No.
Combat damage to a player.
Yeah, which is why I'm attacking him on this crack.
So
I have attack triggers.
nothing at Saheeli. It's at me.
Right now,
Right now.
just at you. So, attack triggers.
Yeah.
Rafine is going to connive 3. So 1, 2, 3, and discard 3. It'll get 3
It's
counters.
getting out of hand.
A little bit.
I scry 3.
Better die the Angelus, you say.
I'm gonna tuck those 2, and then I'm gonna draw 3. Because 3 creatures with flying attack. Okay. Blocks or responses.
Oh, I have no responses.
Nor do I.
Nothing.
Okay. So, it's a 6 8 coming at you, Tej. Chris, you have a
4.
3, 4, yeah, 4 power, and Nelson 6 power.
Yep. 29.
I'm gonna take the 6, go down to 20.
Then I will pass to my second turn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit.
You got me.
Untap.
Did me a sting.
Did me a sting.
During my upkeep, am I taking 3 more damage? No. Draw. Land for this turn will be a plains. We should kill Saheeli, though. So, damn it, I still can't get my Swiftfoot boots back. Chris is a butt. 1, 2, 3, and 3. We will cast Alenda and Azor, new addition to this deck. 6/6 flying, ward 2. Cavern says it can't be countered. When it attacks, I may pay X and 3 if I do draw X cards. At the beginning of each end step, I may pay 4 life. If I do, create a number of 1/1 black Vampire Knight creature tokens with lifelink equal to the number of cards I've drawn this turn. Yeah. We're gonna go to combat. Metamai can't attack this time. This just came into play. So, Windreader Sphinx is going to attack Chris. Prognostic Sphinx at Tej again, and Rafine will go at Saheeli this time. Attack triggers. I will scry 3. We're going to leave those there. We are going to Wind Reader, or we're going to Rafine. We're going to draw those 3 for Wind Reader. Sphinx will be conniving. It will only get 1+1/+1 counter. And then I will just draw 3 outright for 3 attacking creatures.
Then we move to damage.
Then we go to blockers and responses, blockers.
Wind Reader is, what's the power of Wind Reader?
It is a 4/8.
I will still not block. Do I
Okay.
take another 6?
Another 6 for you.
So the only thing is coming on Saheeli, right?
4,
I'm not taking any damage. Oh, 4?
Yeah, it's 4 power.
Alright,
I'm,
so
I'm
we're down to
not
1.
not enough to kill her. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I'm not going to complain about
1,
that.
2, 3. Not enough artifact creatures. Okay. Do I have anything else I want to play? Want to do? Want to be? I played a land this turn, I think. No, not the second turn. Land for the second turn. Okay, pass to Teach.
Alright, untap. During my upkeep.
This is where Teach combos often kills me. But I had a good run.
It's no, because of Elesh Norn. I can't do much.
Yep.
I'm going to sacrifice a Brainstone to Brainstorm. 1, 2,
So Modern Horizons 2
3.
card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put...
I have a copy of that in the other deck I played tonight. In case I accidentally draw one of my combo pieces. Oh no, you go back on top.
you and you back in that order.
I keep putting counters on all my creatures, so it's harder to
This
attack.
is my upkeep. Draw 3.
Chris will win by attrition.
Yeah.
Chanel's going to tax himself out of killing Chris.
I have a couple direct removal spells in this deck, finally. Other than Hour of Revelation, the turn things into Sphinxes for people.
That's a good one.
No, we're going to do
It's
that.
a silly
Okay.
one.
There.
It is
Upkeep done.
silly Sphinx
Draw for
related
turn.
tribal.
On second thought, it's
Command
not-
Tower.
That's not.
It's just a silly place.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is enough to kick Rite of Replication. But I can't Brainstorm, so I'm
Yeah.
just doing 5 dice triggers. So we're just spinning the wheel.
Fuck it.
I'm
I'm barely life leader. Take out Nelson.
So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Hidetsugu and Kairi.
Still seems
tokens. I know what one of them is. This one dies. I'm gonna target Schnell.
What? The fuck did I do to you?
Soren's
I was going to
Vengeance.
say, Soren's Vengeance.
You
right?
take 7.
4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 27.
Then you take 10, and I gain 10.
Cool. Good game, guys.
That's why Soren's Vengeance is in that deck.
Because it's a
All right.
17.
That one dies. I'm gonna target Chris as life leader. Anamatu's Augury. You take 8. I exile the top 8 cards in my library. I can put a land from among them onto the battlefield until end of turn. For each non-land card type I can cast from among without paying its mana cost.
Sorry, I just want to read your commander.
That's fine.
Look at the art.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't like the art on this one.
It's not messed up. My lovely wife picks all the arts for me for cards that have more than one, and she liked that one better. So I have an island, a resculpt, a terramorphic expanse, a swamp, a terminal moraine, a blood tribute, a repay in kind, and a swamp.
A blood tribute.
That's right. But no vampires. So I will play an island as my land. I have a resculpt as an instant.
Don't you still have triggers to resolve, or does these resolve at instant speed?
No, I have until the end of turn. So sorry, I'm until the end of turn I can do these things. So I'm pulling out the ones that I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. Thanks for calling me out. And repay in kind. The rest gets.
I'm real glad I didn't drop Dark Confidant up before the end of my turn. I'm
He's
like,
right,
I don't know if I can afford to take an extra hit
All right. So I can't do anything with
in
these
my
yet.
mid-30s.
Thank you for that, Schnell.
It's important.
It is important. This one will die. This one will target Nelson. Faded Infatuation. You take 3.
Yeah.
Put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target creature I control. If it's my turn, scry 2. I'm sorry, Chris.
Yep.
That comes into play. There's no enters the battlefield trigger. If it's my turn, scry 2. Put those on the bottom. Fuck.
Yahtzee.
Your deck's trying to commit suicide.
Game's over, boys.
Oh boy. Alright. I don't know what this is. It's gonna go on the bottom of my library. So I have triggers, so this'll follow the same thing. So I just have another one here. Next one will die. I will target Nelson again. Quasi
Not
duplicate.
have lands in this deck? Jesus.
Well, he just scribed
I did just scry.
before this one, yeah.
You take 3.
Yep.
I create another token here. This one will target Nelson. Chris, as life leader.
Just wait.
Island.
There it is.
Nothing.
Finally.
You die.
These are
then,
being
right?
exiled.
If you can't cast it,
Yes.
you are removed
Yes.
from the game.
This one will target Chris. Dies. Nightmare Shepherd. I can't cast it.
Exile.
It is exiled. But you do lose 4 life because it's just the mana value.
Yep.
This last one will target Nelson. Island. Exiled.
I'm glad I took 17
Yeah.
that round.
Now,
Now you have the rest of the
land,
Yep.
repay in kind. Everyone's life becomes 17.
Up to 17.
And
Yours too?
Yes.
Okay.
Resculpt Metamai.
What does that do?
Exile it. You
And you
get
get
a
a
4/4.
Yeah, it's already a 4/4.
Well, you get another.
Actually, hang on. In response,
Yep.
just in case, before we do that, we are going to look at the top 3. Okay. Now it gets exiled.
Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5.
This thing doesn't even fly. What
9.
fucking good is it?
Let's keep you. Let's keep you.
1 turn per round. What am I supposed to do with this?
I will
Suffer like the rest of us.
delve
Early
7
event
cards
tops.
and pay 1 blue for treasure cruise and draw 3.
Oh, what am I doing? When I scry, or when I rearrange. We want that.
I have 2 cards in my graveyard.
We want that. Okay.
And with that, I will pass my turn.
Untap.
I have 3 cards in my graveyard.
Draw. That's kind of what I was hoping to see. Plans for the turn. 2 white and a colorless. I'll cast Ranger Captain of Eos. When it ETBs, search my library for a creature card with mana value 1 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It gets doubled by Elesh Norn.
Yeah.
So I get 2 1-drops.
I'm in no position to complain about what anyone else is doing.
I think I want this.
You get 2 Ranger Eos triggers? Fucking bro. I've attacked 6 times in 3 turns. I've already looked at a quarter of my deck.
believe that's what
Oh.
I want to get. That also seems good. Thought I had Song Stitcher in here, but now I remember I have taken it out. I'll get a Mom.
Mom's good. Oh, I get it Mother's Day. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Alright, and I'll get an Esper symbol.
That's a dad.
I'm glad you didn't say daddy.
He is a daddy.
What do we have to pay to attack you with him out?
Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature each turn, I draw a card unless that player pays X.
Oh,
where
that's
X
what
is
it
its
is.
power.
Okay.
So it's just a optional taxing effect.
Like a heuristic
Such a
study.
good card.
Those go into your hand?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God he's only got 3 mana left. He can't play any of them.
Or, hear me out.
I play all of
I
them.
play both.
Shit!
Damn it, our plans are foiled.
I will go to my
Like
hand
Schnell's
step.
deck.
I was going to say, Mike, most of my permanents.
One here. Put a counter on Jwaira. I can't quite see. I got some glare here.
So we
Was
got
that the
6/6
Azor and
6/6
Alenda?
ward
Yeah.
2. Yeah, so we got a ward 2 and a 4/4 grounder.
Ward 2. That means I can't target it really unless I pay 2.
Yep. And then ward 1.
I will put a counter on the Master of Winds.
Wind
That's
Reader?
Yeah, that guy.
Yep. Whenever a creature with flying attacks.
Master of Winds is a different Sphinx, I believe. And a 1/1 counter here. And I put one on Esper Sentinel.
I should know that, what with all the Sphinxes I own.
I think that was from Dominator United. I think it's a newer one.
It could
yeah,
be.
I think you're right.
Then I will pass turn.
Alright, I will untap, upkeep, and draw for turn.
To be fair, I think I only own like 2,000 Sphinxes. It's not a whole hell of a lot.
Island
In the
as
grand
my
scheme
land
of
for the
things.
turn.
Why do you own any?
Because as you can see, they're the greatest creature
I was
type in
wrong.
the
It's
world.
from Zendikar Rising.
Yeah, but if you only have 2,000, then what's the point?
Yeah.
It's this terrible thing.
Yeah, it's not in the deck.
If you ain't making the Sphinx cut,
I am super glad that between me building this deck with every single Sphinx in the game went into the deck to now,
Yeah.
I finally got to the point where they're putting out Sphinxes regularly enough that I make cuts. Like Alenda and Azor, new edition. Rafine, new edition.
I remember those days.
Yeah. Petra Sphinx used to be in this
the
deck.
non-flying.
The mono-white, non-flying Sphinx.
I'm gonna plus
Even
one
pictured with
Saheeli,
one
so the
Saheeli.
next spell
Yeah.
I cast costs 3 generic mana less. I have 3 artifacts. So, I will be casting for 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nezahal, Primal Tide. I have no maximum hand size. He cannot be countered. Whenever an opponent, well, it doesn't matter right now. And then I can discard 3 cards to exile it and return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. I've got 3 mana available. So I'm going to pay 2 red and I'm going to cast Goblin Bombardment.
Nice.
Alright, so you cannot pay the Esper Sentinel tax
Bombardment.
of
No.
2, so I draw a card.
Yes.
Hey, what's bombarding me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Am I taking 3 more damage? Yes. 14. Draw. Hey. So. 2. 3. Make sure we get Cavern of Souls Man in there so nobody can counter me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sphinx of the Second Sun. At the beginning of my post-combat main phase, I get an additional beginning of the phase, or beginning phase after this phase. So I get an extra untap upkeep draw.
Okay.
Go to. So that
Go
is.
to get to each phase.
I mean, he's a big threatening guy.
Listen.
Nelson, still no flyers?
Correct.
Okay. We are going to go to combat. We are going to send. How big is your dude?
A 7/6.
Okay. Prognostic Sphinx and Wind Reader Sphinx are coming at Tej. Alenda and Azor are coming at Chris. And then Rafine the Scheming Seer is going at Saheeli. I have triggers on the attacks. The first of which will be to scry 3. We like all of those? We like all of those. So we're going to leave those there. Then we're going to draw 4 cards. Bueno. Then we are going to have the Wind Reader connive 4. Discarding 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll get 4 +1/+1 counters. Okay. Triggers done.
All right. So, how big are the 2?
A 6 power. So, 6, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 13?
All right. I will block the 9 and take the 6.
Okay.
Who else are you attacking?
This was going at Chris, this one's going at Saheeli.
Yep, so I have to take the 6.
I have, after blocks are declared.
I have no blockers.
Okay. After blocks are declared, I am going to cast Feign Death on Hidetsugu and Kairi.
Nice.
Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter. So I will block. I will take my 6.
Saheeli will die. Then go back to the command zone.
Hidetsugu will die and come back to the battlefield with a counter, giving me a die as a trigger. Yes.
You could not pay the 2, correct, for Esper Sentinel?
Correct.
Draw.
Chanel, I'm going to target you.
Shocked.
Now we'll find out. Drone Catacomb.
Yeah!
Nope. Not shocked.
Okay.
I do
Going to my
next
beginning of post-combat main, get an additional beginning phase after this phase. So, untap. Upkeep. Will I take 3 damage this time? No.
Skin of your teeth. I like it.
Draw.
We are all in Hidetsugu range.
I don't have much of anything.
I don't
have
have
a
another
quasi-duplicate in
attack
my
step.
graveyard, and that's honestly pretty much all I got.
So, 1, 2, 3. Only
I understand your trepidation,
artifacts?
but I assure you, at this point, it's just a roll of dice.
So. Sorry, we are going to. Thran Dynamo.
Do you get another main phase?
At the
It's
beginning
at the
of the
beginning
post-combat main phase. At the beginning of the post-combat main
got it,
phase,
okay.
I get an additional.
For some reason, I thought
phase.
that happened at the beginning of your end step.
Will you
get-
pay the
No.
Esper Sentinel
No.
tax? Okay.
It's whenever I cast stuff.
No, it's cast their first non-creature.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting closer to affinity. I haven't played a land yet this turn. Ancient Den.
Affinity. Oh, man.
5. So blue and 2. Aethersworn Sphinx. It cascades, which is a cast, not an ATB thing, so we'll get a Gilded Lotus.
So much, man.
3, 4, 5. So 5, 6, 7. Exactly? Motherfucker. Neat. Enigma Sphinx cascades. Has to cost less. Sphinx Ambassador's too big. That's a land. That's a land. Udesh. Cryo Sphinx Sovereign. My Sphinxes cost 2 less.
2 less than free.
2 less to cast. Okay, I don't get any additional combat steps. Do I have anything else I can play? I'm out of main phases and combats. Stupid. Past Tej.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep, draw.
I could have paid 4 life, but I didn't want to.
I will tap my Soul Ring for a Talisman of Dominance.
Will you pay 2?
No.
1 off the top will suffice.
Blue, Mind Stone. With the additional cost of discarding Darkwater Catacombs will allow me to quasi-duplicate. Jumpstart it from my graveyard. Then it gets exiled. I'm going to create a token that's a copy of that. The token will die. I will not get an Enter the Battlefield trigger, but I will get a Death trigger. Schnell,
I have a response.
go ahead.
Make a sacrifice Ranger Captain of Eos. Your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn.
Got him. Is he gonna fucking do it? I'll be good.
That's fine. I'm so targeting you.
Yeah.
I just can't cast it. Mnemonic Deluge. You lose 9.
I'm really glad you're not casting that, FYI.
Yeah, right.
I don't have. I've got a. Oh, I suppose.
Down to 5.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cool.
It's exiled because I did not cast it. Oof, I don't like what just happened there. So, but I can cast.
If you keep me
creature
alive,
creatures,
every
yes.
flyer I have is going sideways at Tej.
I'm trying to keep all of us alive.
Well, not letting the rest of us do anything that triggers.
I mean, so far I've managed to work around a lot of your restrictions, which I'm happy with.
Wool Strider.
Shouldn't know
That's
Joy
good.
would really hurt.
Sack outlet.
Yes, I do not get my goat token, unfortunately, but I do have a sack outlet, and I will pass the turn.
What's this about scrope tokens and sack outlets?
I don't get a scrote token.
Can't sack and stroke.
Yeah, right.
Stroke my sack. Alright, draw for the turn. Okay. I will play a land for the turn. Lands. Then I'm going to cast Cut a Deal.
With Teach?
With everybody.
Ooh.
Each opponent draws a card, and you draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way.
All right.
You each draw 1, I draw 3 for 3 mana.
Not bad.
Let me draw again.
Yeah, I don't like the one I got. Can I do it again?
Mulligan.
God, that secondary ability on Unesh is going to be a bitch. If we get back to my turn. That's whenever a Sphinx enters the play or enters my battlefield, I get a little factor fiction.
No, you
Nice.
don't.
Field
Elesh
of Ruin.
Norn.
Oh, yeah, Elesh Norn. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Soul Ring.
Thank you. It's less shit I got to worry about.
I'll pay 2 mana. Will I pay that?
I have Meta on my back because I just realized how fucking great that would be. To have 4 untap upkeep draws per 2 turns per 1 turn.
Then I will cast
There's a reason I resculpted.
Selfless Spirit.
You get a 4/4. Stop your booing.
It doesn't even have flying. What good is it? It's a Petra Sphinx. God, the ability on Petra Sphinx is you guess what card is on top of your opponent's library, and then they mill it if it's not right.
Then I will go to my end step.
Shit. I'm cheating.
Yeah?
I didn't shuffle these back in from the last game.
No, that's fine.
I didn't need him anyway.
1/1 counter on Nezahal. And 1 on the Enigma Sphinx. Not that it matters a lot. And 1 on Hidetsugu. And I will put 1 on Elesh.
Quit making Hidetsugu slightly large enough to be a pain in my ass.
With that, I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Untap, upkeep, and draw. Okay. Sulphur Falls. Land for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, let's see. You would cost me 6.
Sex.
CX hole mana.
Which would leave me with 2.
You just said sex hole.
Yeah.
A whole lot of sex holes. 2 and 6.
Teach hypothetically. If
Yeah,
I had
turn.
2 copies of Sphinx of the Second Sun out, would I get 2 triggers and
Yes.
2 extra?
So you could do stuff at instant speed between them, I think.
Yep. But it's 2 additional upkeeps,
Yeah.
which is
Shut up. We don't
Deceptively
talk about.
strong.
What's the power and toughness you have on the board right now?
that I have.
Yeah.
I have a 3/2 and I have a 7/6.
I'm surprised
Seven,
Paradox Haze
6.
doesn't see more play.
I love Paradox Haze,
Yep.
not in decks that I run Mana Crypt.
True. Yep.
This-
Valid point.
This might kill me. On my turn, I might Mana Crypt myself to death.
Go ahead, Chanel.
Okay.
Better men than any of us have done that.
If he mana crypts himself once, I can sacrifice creatures to Goblin Bombardment and get him out of here.
Untap.
Bombardment.
During my upkeep, am I taking 3? No! We are not.
It didn't land in your hand, do it again.
I'm just protecting
I
my
know.
cards.
I know.
Protecting my cards. Draw. Whew. Okay. That's an enchantment. I can't have that. God, nothing has haste. Okay. I should at least, I should cast some stuffs. That could help me. That could help me real good. Don't kill me if I'm close to death. That's all I ask.
I'm not going to make that deal with you.
Fair enough. 3, 6, 7. For a Sphinx Sovereign. At the end of my turn, I gain 3 life if Sphinx Sovereign is untapped. Otherwise, each opponent loses 3 life.
Ew.
Okay.
There's enough stuff going dull in
Yeah, I'll respond.
You can't
to
counter it though because I use Cavern of Souls.
that. Oh, poop. I got nothing. Forgot he tapped that camera.
Poop,
Yeah.
poop my pants.
Yep.
Okay, I believe you.
Done shit my pants.
Um,
Can I sacrifice one of your creatures? Because then we could kill them together.
no. I don't have any life gain.
Yeah, me either. Playing mono white. No fucking life game.
Oh, cost 2 less. I will untap
I think
those
that's
2
Nelson's nightmare.
I have had literal nightmares about that.
Okay.
Or just, not putting planes in the deck.
Two
which
blue.
has happened before.
2 white. Dream Trawler. This one you can counter if you want. 3/5 flying lifelink. Whenever I draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. Whenever it attacks, I can draw a card, and then I can discard a card. It gains hexproof and untap it. We will tap this for 2 blue or 3 blue. Play Argent Sphinx with a blue floating. With that blue floating and another blue there, we will Conundrum Sphinx.
Shit.
Oof, yeah.
Again, I don't have multiple turns in a row. Land for the turn. Planes. Go to combat. Yeah. So, this column, just came into play. We are attacking.
The youth of the nation.
Yes. We're going to turn the cards sideways and then assign them players.
Post haste.
So this pile. Yeah, counters. Sorry. Teej blocks the biggest.
Lo siento.
And then stuff. Chris, you have no flyers?
I have a flyer, a Selfless Spirit.
What does it do?
It is a 2/1 flyer that I can sacrifice to give creatures I control indestructible until end of turn.
Okay. Okay, I believe you. How big is your commander now?
7/6.
I don't like that. It'll die when you block, and then you just kill me with its trigger.
Don't attack me.
I have to, because otherwise on your turn you make copies of it that die, and then you kill me with its trigger. So, Tej, I'm attacking you with Enigma Sphinx, Windreader Sphinx, Unesh, Prognostic.
Jesus.
I need. If you die, your triggers are removed from the stack, to my understanding of the game. So, Chris, I'm sending these two at you. Nelson, I'm sending Rafine and Sphinx of the Second Sun at you.
Which two are coming at me?
These two. I have attack triggers. So, first attack trigger, I'm going to scry 3. This is like $2,000 worth of cards. But I don't need any of them, so I'm going to tuck them. It's a unlimited copy artifact, Ron Spencer Full Art, Promo Damnation, and Mox Diamond.
Gross.
That's an expensive mitt right
That is
there.
an expensive tuck. Next trigger, we are going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
God damn.
8.
This is not looking good for our heroes.
Looking.
Nothing's over.
Give me something.
Just give me something to drink.
I'm tapped like a fuck. Okay.
Taps like a fuck.
And then Rafine is going to have Unish Connive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw 8 more.
Do you have an unlimited hand size?
Nope. Discarding 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll get 5 counters on Unesh, and then 6, 7, 8. Okay. I've resolved all my triggers.
All right, 4 blocks.
Yep.
I have 2 shots.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Supernatural Stamina on Hidetsugu. Until end of turn, it gets +2/+0, and when it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
Okay.
I'm going to sacrifice it to Woe Strider. Before I scry, the dies trigger will happen.
What lets you scry?
Woe Strider.
Ah, shit.
I'm going to target you.
Yep.
Jin Gataxius.
Yep, I'm out.
I don't get to cast it, but you're dead.
So, fun fact. I tapped like a fuck because I have no blue mana open. I have my exile at instant speed.
Oh,
So I could have. So, I took how much?
7.
Bow. Okay. Nobody else has to deal with attackers because I
No
am
one else
exiled
has to
from the
deal with
game.
Justin has been removed from the stack.
Yes. You can draw. Is it
Elesh
when I cast
Norn
a
is
spell?
the-
Yeah, it
That
is.
is whenever you cast. Oh, you did.
My first
You
spell?
can pay 2. Yes.
Didn't have blue open for my hour of need.
And I will go to my turn.
Fuck you.
That's nice. No. It's a land. To choke Estuary, I will reveal this island because my hand is nothing but lands. I do have a Mind Stone, which I will activate. I'm going to sacrifice it to draw a card. Oh, wait, hold on.
Did you cheat?
No, I didn't.
Because I can't recreate my board state.
Choked Estuary is not a triggered ability. I was thinking of Elesh Norn. Pay 1, sacrifice this to draw a card. Flyers?
1. A Hellkite Tyrant. A 6/5 flyer.
And you have a flyer.
Was that there when I swung at you?
No. It just came out.
Just now
It
on
would
your
have
turn.
been. Yes, it was there when you
Yes.
swung it.
Ah, well, shit. Whoops.
3.
Oh, Sphinxes, you're so good.
4.
Way better than they should be.
Yeah, that's
all
real,
agreed.
That's real good.
6. I'm going big, you're going home.
It's almost a $3,000 deck, and $2,500 of that is just
Stolen
a ramp.
identity. I'm going to put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of Hidetsugu.
I have a response to you casting that.
Go ahead.
I'm going to generous gift this.
My Hidetsugu.
Yes.
You're going to destroy it, you say?
Yes.
I can sacrifice it to scry and get nothing, or I can let you destroy it for an Elephantus. So I will let you destroy it. It will die, so its trigger will still happen. I will target Nelson, because you are a life leader.
I didn't do shit to you. Just.
You're life leader, though. You know what you did.
I know.
Curse of the Cabal, you take 10.
Christ all fucking mighty. Alright, down to 7.
Target player sacrifices half the permanents he or she controls rounded down.
You don't get to cast that, do you?
Yeah, it died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sacked it. Or no,
Well,
sorry,
no,
Chris
it
destroyed
died. Yeah, you destroyed it. So I
Okay.
do get to cast it.
Oh, his thing was a one-shot effect. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Okay. Yes.
Oof, I don't know what to do.
Would you like the yes/no coin for decision making?
Quick, flip it on his deck. Piss him off.
Yes.
You would like the coin.
All right, it appears that Nelson has more permanents, but I didn't count. So I'm just going to say, should I target Nelson? Yes. Target player sacrifices half
Should
the
he have
permanents.
used the coin in the first place? Yeah, that's right.
Sacrifice half your permanents rounded down.
That card was cast, correct?
Yes, it was.
Back to negation.
There it is. Fair enough. All right. So that resolved. That resolved. I have my elephant. This fizzles and does nothing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. That is enough to cast you one more time. And I'll pass turn.
And 7, you said.
I'm rooting for Chris now. I feel like I was hated off the board.
I think I'm rooting for him too.
Unfairly targeted.
I'm rooting for Tej. Okay. Unfairly hated
That's not a
off
fucking
the board.
one, is it?
No, I don't have a foil one. No.
I am going
Just gonna make a small pile of my free mana producing artifacts that I run. I love that one.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
You've recast this?
Yes.
The devil, you say.
He's a demon.
I need a foil Grim Tutor, but that's gonna also be very fucking expensive.
Yeah.
They're not that much, and I probably have one I can part with. I'm trying to assess your board state. You have a 6/5 flyer. Schreiber's a 6/6.
A 1/1 servo and an 8/8 Nezahal. Plus a Mirror Works. And then a Goblin Bombardment. And some land.
Yes.
5 of which is tied up in my upkeep.
This is most of the deck value, and then the rest is just foiled garbage sphinxes.
Oh, man.
5
I didn't buy any of these as singles.
Just not entirely sure what's the right play here is. So we're just
Kill Tej and
Honestly,
avenge
I think-
Schnell. And then let Nelson win because he's going to do some bombardment bullshit.
Bombardment.
I have 4 creatures. I can do 4 damage.
How many artifacts do you control?
Me? 3.
Can you hit Tej with Hellkite Tyrant?
Nope.
Because he has a lot of artifacts.
Yeah, but he's got his finger out, and I can't do anything about it.
2, 4.
Yeah, but then you also can't recast if you don't have those. It's true. Basically, everyone but Chris's deck dies to mass artifact destruction.
Screw it, everybody hates me already anyway. 2, 3, 4,
I don't hate you.
How would you know? You're not in that group chat.
Armageddon.
No, I won't do that.
Do it.
Elesh Norn Grand Cenobite.
Ooh.
Whoa, hold on. 2 mommies?
2 different mommies.
All
This
right,
is the one
so,
from
yeah,
All
me
V1. This is the OG
responding
from
to this cast trigger.
I also have a full fancy fucking version.
The Bible says it's Adam and Eve, not Eve and Eve.
2 mommies.
Not Madam and Eve.
Not Elesh and Norn.
Okay, so in response to that being cast, I guess, I'm going to sacrifice all my creatures and deal 4 damage to you.
What? Okay.
To him?
Huh?
To me.
Yeah.
I deserve
Huh.
it.
Also in response,
I haven't been
I'm
able to
going
play like anything this game. Well, I haven't been able to use anything this game. So I'm just going to
Sacrifice
make it a little
Hidetsugu?
bit more
Yeah.
difficult.
And I'm going to target you, Chris.
Okay.
Sublime Epiphany, you take 6.
Oh!
But I choose 1 or more. I can counter Elesh Norn.
But you can't unlick my butt.
I could counter Elesh Norn. I can counter an activated or triggered ability, which isn't relevant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature I control, which unfortunately doesn't do anything now. Or draw a card. I will counter Elesh Norn. I will...
Ooh.
Return the other Elesh Norn to your hand.
Mommy, save mommy.
Also blue.
Can't you give her protection from blue?
I can.
I will create a token that's a copy of my elephant, and I will draw a card.
So, cast trigger.
Yep,
You cannot pay for Esper Sentinel, so I draw a card.
that is correct.
He chooses to cannot pay.
I will give her protection for blue.
Okay. So that one's gone. That stays. I get an elephant, and I draw a card. Alright. So that happened. Now, continue.
You are now allowed to continue your turn.
I've got nothing. I have no instance in my hand.
Whenever non-token enters.
Yeah.
Nice.
God damn it.
What you doing? What you thinking?
Hitting that Sublime Epiphany really pooched me.
What is that like? To lose to that fucking card. Also, all the extra little punch-out shit that comes in like bundles and pre-release kits, I finally just started dumping all of them into a single bin that I keep within arm's reach now for games, so I can, like, I need a token, fucking Optimus Prime, Megatron, all the counters.
Handy thing to have.
It's my travel match. It's my Ziploc bag full of fucking Cheerios for Magic.
I will attack Nelson for 7.
Yeah, you should. Dead.
Pass turn, that's all I can do.
Back
Tap.
to Tej.
Draw.
Yep. I'm at 1. I'm at the mercy of his deck now.
Land. 3, 4, 5, 6,
At least I didn't have to pay for Pack the Negation.
Fuck
you, Pack.
A 1/1 counter.
9.
It's one way to get around it.
I'll put a 1/1 counter on your Wolf Strider at the end of my turn.
Okay. Hidetsugu. No ETB.
Nelson, it wasn't our night.
Nope.
Black.
I don't think it's anybody's night other than Hidetsugu and Kairi's.
1, 2, 3,
There it is. Bonkers.
4.
Well, Nelson hitting you instead of
Drivnod. Carnage
like killing
Dominus.
that thing was also a big fucking factor.
If a
here.
creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent I control to
just
trigger,
made me
that ability triggers an additional time.
Gross.
What is the
Double
fast
death
thing that you
trigger.
pointed
Double
out
death
over there? What's
triggers.
over there? What did I miss?
Tejas Sack Outlet.
Ah, that's what that was over there.
Yes.
Is it a Viscerous here?
Wolf
Wolf
Strider.
Strider.
Woe Strider.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, that would have been a better hit. Than to spite Chris
Yeah.
by cutting off my nose.
And then Undying
the
Malice
attackers.
targeting Hidetsugu.
Okay. I mean, it's possible. but
It's
we'll
possible.
hear
All 4 lands.
Land.
So I will sacrifice Hidetsugu to
Yep.
scry 1. So I'm going to get 2
strikes.
triggers from it dying. 2 triggers when it comes back, but I don't think the second one's going to matter because it's a new object. So I think that only happens the once. So trigger number 1, feed the swarm. You take 2.
it. Yep.
Hidetsugu and Kairi walked away with a second game here. This one was very interesting for me because Chris played Elesh Norn, Grand Phyrexian Mami, which stops the enter the battlefield triggers. So I wasn't getting to brainstorm every time I made a new Hidetsugu and Kairi. All I could rely on was the death triggers. I did at one point have a resculpt that I could have used to get rid of Elesh Norn. However, the extra turns coming from Sphinxes, in my opinion, were more scary to me. And I kind of wanted to see what this deck could do, just pure random. Not knowing what the top card of the library was, just see how it goes. So I left Elesh Norn alone and played the entire game just off of death triggers instead. Ended up walking away with the game. Sphinxes is a fantastic deck. Schnell, I really like Schnell's deck building. He always comes up with these wacky ideas, and it's always fun watching him play them out. Sphinxes is a deck he has had for many, many years, and like he was saying earlier, there was a time when he had every Sphinx in the game in the deck, and then it was just filled out with other things, plus the Sphinxes. And now we're at a point in the game of Magic where there are so many he needs to make cuts. So I know he likes to collect the Sphinxes, so every time I find a foil Sphinx, I will send it his way. That's what he does, and he's my friend, so he can have the Sphinxes. But I haven't seen this deck in a very long time, and I was really happy to see it played again. And like I said, Metamai is a great Sphinx, giving him extra turns. And the board he had set up with the conniving guy, that thing was pretty spooky too. So it was really fun watching him pilot this deck I haven't seen in a very long time, with all of the new additions we've had over the many years since I've seen the deck. So that was a very fun experience for me. Nelson, what'd you play? Saheeli, that's right. Artifacts. That was a little joke in my friend Nelson. This is a good game.
It cut deep.
It got deep. This is a fun game with Sphinxes and Elesh Norn and Saheeli. Hidetsugu and Kairi. I got to play 2 times. Saw what the deck can do. I might not pull this one out for a while because I can see how it can be annoying, but man, that was a real fun build for me. I'm really happy I put this deck together, and I'm happy to have it, and I will play it again at some point.
An interesting thing happened on the way to the Mono White store today. This deck has been together long enough, and I've had cards replaced individually enough times now that it is not really reflective of what I wanted the deck to do at the start. It's just a little more controlling than I would like. I wasn't 100% happy with the board state that I assembled tonight. This deck is due for a pretty major overhaul. I haven't updated it very well in the last few sets. I want to get it back to where it originally is, which is just make my opponents smash into each other. It worked a little bit with Schnell's board, not so much with everybody else's tonight. I just kind of want to refine this deck. Sphinxes, for just being a joke deck, there is so much synergy in there that it is better than the sum of its parts. The individual cards, they're powerful, but the ability that deck has to ramp them out is just, if you don't interact with it early, the board state that deck builds is just insane. Hidetsugu and Kairi, the redundancy in there is off the charts. Every turn, as soon as he hits a particular mana threshold, it's just trigger, and it's a monster. This deck went from, oh, that looks like a cool card, man, I bet Teach is going to build this thing, to like a feared deck from one night. This thing's a beast.
So like Teach said, I'm not even sure what I played tonight. Brought my Saheeli the Gifted deck, which is really fun, and in games past, it's performed well. I took a gamble in knowing that Chris was playing the Panharmonicon, and it was going to shut down triggered abilities, but I had the Joyer in my hand, I had 4 mana, I had the Mirror Works, I had cards that I could use, hoping that either I would draw into something like a Blasphemous Act if I needed it, or other removal, or that any of my opponents would find removal given the colors that they were playing, and it just didn't work out that way. So I wasn't able to, with the hand I kept early, like I said, there were 4 lands in there, the Joyra, and I figured, okay, I can start drawing cards. What the deck needs is to find low curve artifacts, and I was not able to find them. I think I saw 1 artifact the entire game, and it was the one in my opening hand. Just not in the cards tonight, and when I'm not able to draw extra cards, I just couldn't get there. I did have a Jin Gitaxis, the OG Jin, in my hand, and I thought about trying to get him out there just so that I could draw 7 cards to see what came out. The thought was to get Nezahal out first so that I didn't have a maximum hand size, and the idea between those 2 cards is that by the time I'm ready to play them, I should have enough artifacts to use Saheeli to reduce cost so I can play them basically concurrently, or I should say sequentially, on the same turn, and it didn't work out that way. So in hindsight, maybe it would have been better to mulligan that opening hand. It feels bad to throw away land. I didn't have a play until turn 4 at the earliest, based on what was in my hand, and that would have been my commander. So I needed to take a lot of early turns off, and I'm not sure that with the hand I kept, knowing especially what Chris had in his command zone, that was the right move. I don't think I would do it again. I probably would have mulliganed and given it another shot to see if I could find some of those very low CMC artifacts, or even free ones, like the Jeweled Lotus and a few other ones that I have in there. So, she'll live to fight again another day. I like the deck. It's a lot of fun. Seems to be a bit of a glass cannon, which makes it fun, right? It's not too consistent, and it's not too inconsistent. It just, depends on how the cards fall. So, really enjoyed playing that deck and building it. Sphinxes is awesome. I have never actually played against that deck before, so to get to finally see the fabled Sphinx deck, in person and get to play against it was a ton of fun. Honestly, I thought the game was going to be half as long. I thought Schnell was just going to pop off and destroy everybody, and if Metamai would have stuck around for another turn or two, I think it would have been a real different story. The Hidetsugu and Kairi deck is brutal. I'm going to have to really think about what to do to stop that thing. It's very fun. Like I said, earlier in a different game, it's definitely a Teach deck, and he's just always thinking so many steps ahead. And like I mentioned again, very, very envious of the level at which he can build decks and the way he sees cards and synergies and things like that. So super cool. And what Chris did with his Nils deck, I think I like it better this way, even though Mommy shut down everything I was trying to do. I have a soft spot in my heart for Elesh Norn, either any of the 3 printings of her, and to get to see the way the Nils deck worked, even though it was kind of a bummer to see him on turn 2 or whatever the hell he came out on, and then he stuck around forever. So that kind of stunk. But it was a cool deck. I like it a lot. I have a big spot in my heart for mono white in general. So to see somebody else, play mono white always makes me smile. So it was a really fun game. I love everybody's decks, and we'll bring Saheeli back sometime soon, and we'll perform better, or she's gonna get the axe. That's a threat, Saheeli. That's a threat.
So Sphinxes is definitely my pet deck, my baby, and like all babies, it's good to bring it out every once in a while, shake it around, and just make sure that it's still worth your love. But in this game, Metamai, honestly, for all the times that I have casually played this deck, I don't think I've ever seen Metamai actually be as useful as it was today. And I think a big part of that was Rafine, the Scheming Seer, a new addition to the deck. As we talked about, Sphinxes were such a limited tribal when I built this EDH deck, and now we're at the point where every other set, I would say, has something worth slotting in. So I'm finally getting to the point where the vanilla Sphinxes are out. The generic flyers with like 1 or 2 like goofy ETB trigger things, those are now on the chopping block, and we're actually getting to the point where the deck has been a growing thinly veiled literacy program, because that is what Sphinx Tribal is. It is read the card, it has nothing to do with any other Sphinxes, and that's what I like about the Sphinx Tribe, is that the whole element of, Keepers of Knowledge and Riddles, it's all of these abilities probably work together if you have a grand or 2 to ramp into the average CMC of a goddamn Sphinx being 7. So Rafine was a great addition to this one. Alenda and Azor, I was excited to see this one pop out as well because it was a newer addition to the deck. The only issue is paying 4 life at the end there never really came up as a good opportunity. If I had Metamai still out, I could absolutely pay the 4 and then take an extra turn and swing back and get all that life back for how many cards I was drawing. But this was so much fun to bring out. Tej's deck continues to be a beast because we didn't have enough interaction, we didn't have enough exile responses to deal with Hidetsugu. Chris's deck, it's hard to play around a lot of the restrictions that white tends to put on the game, but it's not always a solid defense. It's just legal restrictions on things. So it's a shame he didn't get the win on this one. It kind of felt like a Goad deck, and Goad tends to be a solid second place mechanic, so it kind of proved that tonight. And Nelson highlighted one of the elements of a Planeswalker as your commander that I don't like, and that is you can attack it directly and you can take it out. You don't need targeted removal. You can turn a card sideways and threaten their commander and keep it off the board, because if you can keep your opponent's commanders off the field, you have a better chance of winning. Tej's deck absolutely revolves around it. My Sphinx deck, I had some tricks I could have done had I been able to get an ETB trigger, but white said no. At the end of the game there, in my hour of need, I drew this on my final attack at Tej, but did not have the blue mana available to exile his goddamn commander. So, in the hour of need, Sphinxes are there for you. You just have to be able to cast them. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.